All right, let's just jump right in. If I asked you to picture one of the most profound conversations ever about the meaning of life, where would you say it happened? Maybe a peaceful monastery? Some quiet university hall? Well, what if I told you it happened in the middle of a massive, chaotic battlefield, just moments before the fighting was supposed to start? And that, right there, is the setting for the Bhagavad Gita. This is not some calm, philosophical lecture. Nope. It's an urgent, life-or-death conversation with the fate of an entire kingdom hanging in the balance. And it's that incredible contrast, the roar of war on one side and this deep, profound wisdom on the other, that makes its message just so unbelievably powerful.
So what's the fight about? Well, at its heart, it's a family feud that has just spiraled into an 18-day war. On one side, you've got the Pandavas. They're fighting a just war to get their kingdom back. A kingdom that was basically stolen from them by their own cousins, the Kauravas. It's a real classic struggle of right versus wrong.
Now, our main guy is Arjuna, the greatest warrior of the Pandavas. But as his charioteer, who just happens to be the Lord Krishna, drives him out between the two armies, he looks across the field and he doesn't see enemies. He sees his family. His cousins, his beloved teachers, his grandfathers, all the people he's loved his whole life, now standing there ready to kill him and to be killed by him. And in that single moment, everything just grinds to a halt. Arjuna, the legendary warrior, he literally throws down his bow, totally broken, and he asks this one devastating question. What is the point? What's the point of winning a kingdom if the price is losing everyone you've ever cared about? And that crisis, right there, is what kicks off the entire conversation of the Gita. So Krishna's response, it doesn't start with battle tactics or, a pep talk. It goes way, way deeper. He starts by completely reframing Arjuna's entire understanding of who he is and who everyone else on that field truly is. And Krishna's answer is, wow, incredibly direct. He basically tells Arjuna, look, all this grief you're feeling, as real as it is, it's based on a total misunderstanding. He explains that the wise, they don't mourn for the physical body, whether it's living or dying, because they know the body isn't the real person. And this is where we get to the core idea of the Atman, or the soul. The Gita teaches that our real identity, the real you, isn't this physical body we're walking around in. The body is just temporary. It's like a set of clothes you wear for a while. But the real you, the Atman, that is eternal. It was never born, and it will never die. And to really drive this point home, Krishna uses this incredibly powerful imagery. He says that no physical force in the entire universe can even touch the true self. So yeah, Arjuna is about to fight a very real, very physical war, but the actual essence of every single person on that field is completely and fundamentally beyond harm. Okay, so if the soul is eternal, what is Arjuna supposed to do? Just not fight? Let injustice win? No, not at all. Krishna's next teaching is all about a revolutionary way to engage with the world. It's about taking action, but with a totally different mindset. This is the path of karma yoga, the yoga of action. And it kind of breaks down like this. First, you have to know your duty, your dharma. For Arjuna, that means fighting this righteous war. Second, you have to do it to the absolute best of your ability. But here's the game changer, the third step. You have to completely let go of the outcome. Whether you win or lose, that's not your concern. Your whole focus is on the action itself, which you then offer up as a kind of worship. And this quote just nails that shift in thinking. See, everyone acts, but most people act for what they can get out of it. For fame or money or victory. The wise person acts simply because it's their duty, as an offering, without getting tangled up in the results. It's the difference between being a slave to the outcome and being totally free in the action itself. So now that Arjuna understands his own eternal nature and the right way to act, Krishna reveals the ultimate context for everything, the nature of the Lord, the supreme reality that holds the entire universe together. The big idea here is that nothing, and I mean nothing, exists on its own. The whole cosmos, from the tiniest little atom to the biggest galaxy, is supported by and exists inside this one supreme consciousness. And to help Arjuna really wrap his head around this, Krishna gives some just beautiful, poetic examples. I mean, just stop and think about what that means for a second. The divine isn't the water itself, but it's the very quality of sweetness or taste that makes water what it is. The Lord isn't just another object in the world. He's the very essence of the world. And it's the same thing with the sun and the moon. The divine presence isn't just the physical star in the sky, but it's the radiance itself, the light, the energy that they give off. All these fundamental properties of our reality, they're all just expressions of the divine. And in that same way, he's the source of all sacred wisdom, that primordial sound of Om that all knowledge comes from. So he is the essence of everything external. But the most profound part brings it all right back home, to us.
And this is the ultimate connection. That same supreme reality isn't some distant force way out there. It's the very consciousness that's living inside of you, inside of me, inside of Arjuna, and inside of every single person on that battlefield, whether they're friend or foe.
Okay, so let's bring all of this full circle. Now that we're armed with this huge understanding of the self, of action, and of the divine, we can go back to Arjuna's original problem, but now we can see it through a completely new lens.
The question is exactly the same, but after everything Krishna has taught him, the meaning has totally changed. It's not a question of despair anymore. It's a question seeking confirmation of this brand new clarity he's found.
And there's the answer. You fight because you now understand that the physical body is temporary, but the soul, the true self, is eternal. You fight because it is your duty, your dharma, in this moment. And you perform that duty with total excellence, not for yourself, but as a selfless offering to the Lord who lives in all beings. Arjuna's despair is just gone, replaced with clarity. His paralysis is gone, replaced with purposeful action.
The reason the Gita's message has lasted for thousands of years is because, well, we all face our own battlefields, right? They might not be actual fields of war, but they are battlefields of tough choices, of moral problems, of conflicting duties. And so the final, timeless question that the Gita leaves for every single one of us is this: what is your battlefield? And what is the duty that it's calling you to perform?